You want to know something that really bothers me, man? It's people who complain about not having enough money or not making enough money or complaining about their job, that their job doesn't care about them or they're not compensated well enough. But those same people are the ones who get a brand new iPhone every year. They've got a MacBook, they've got an iPad, they've got an expensive watch and designer clothes, and they're going out every weekend and they're always drinking and spending too much money at the bars and at restaurants, and they probably have a really expensive car that they have a $600-700 car payment on. I i feel like this is so common nowadays, and I can't wrap my head around it. Like, how are you going to complain about something that you're quite literally doing to yourself? Like, you have the ability to change the way you spend your money, yet you continue to spend it the way you do, and then they are upset that they have no money. Like, I don't understand people like this, man. It's like, it just seems like, I don't know. Honestly, it seems kind of cowardly, in my opinion. And I know I'm coming kind of harsh at this, but I just like, I know people who literally complain about having no money, and they feel like they're not compensated well enough, or they complain about their job, yet their lifestyle involves spending a bunch of money on shit that they don't need and can't afford. Like, these kinds of people are honestly just going to be in this like endless cycle for their entire lives. They're just, as their income grows, their expenses grow too. They start to live more lavishly. They'll buy more things that they can't afford just with a larger price tag on it. Like, that's really it. And they spend their whole lives doing this, and then maybe by the time they retire, they can pay it all off. Maybe. I don't know, man. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like people like this just do it to themselves, and then they play the victim. And I try my best just to like I don't want to come across as a dick when I'm speaking to these kind of people. So I'll just kind of go along with it and be like, yeah, like that sucks. It sucks that, we should be compensated more. Or, it sucks that we have to work 5 6 days a week in order to just like maintain our basic expenses. When in reality, I want to be like, you fucking do this to yourself. Like, the reason you have to work so much and you have no money left is because you spend your money on stupid shit that you don't need. Like, you buy a new phone every year, you buy all the new gadgets, you have a TV that's $1,000. Like you have a car that you can't afford. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, man, and it's really frustrating. And when people like complain about this kind of stuff, it takes a lot out of me not to just be like, you do this to yourself. You're fucking wasting all your money on stupid shit. Like, stop spending money on stuff you don't need, and you'll probably have some money left over at the end of the month, instead of having to use credit cards to pay for your basic bills because you used all your money from your job in order to go out, pay for new gadgets and all this other shit that you don't need. So I feel like people, if they could just cut out, if they could delay gratification a little bit, number one. Like, I feel like we're so used to instant gratification. Everyone wants the newest thing and they want it right away. And there's no patience anymore. No one's willing to delay that gratification and wait a little bit in order to have something better. So I think if people can just learn to delay gratification and not waste money on things that they don't need, specifically like the newest iPhone or a car that they don't really necessarily need but they want because they want people to think they have a lot of money. Meanwhile, they're drowning in you know debt payments every month between the car and a mortgage or rent. I know rent is not debt, but between like rent and your car loans and personal loans and credit card loans and student loans, like that eats up so much of people's paychecks. And then they feel like they deserve to have some fun, so they go out and buy new things for themselves. They want those materialistic goods. Maybe they go out and eat at nice restaurants or go out and party and drink on the weekends, and then there's no money left over for like extra stuff. So you gotta prioritize. Like, these people complain, but they do it to themselves, man. There's a certain level of prioritization that needs to happen in your life when it comes to your finances. Like, you need to prioritize your basic bills. So I'm talking like rent, insurance, utilities, basic food, like basic necessities you need to actually survive. Then you got to prioritize any debt that you have. So if you're in debt, you want to get out of that as soon as possible, especially like high interest debt, credit cards, high interest personal loans. Some student loans and mortgages may be feasible to keep and just make the minimum payments depending on the interest rate. But aside from that, any other debt, like you want to get out of that because that's just eating away at your monthly income and you're paying extra money and interest on that every month. So you got to get rid of that as soon as possible. But I think the root of the problem is that people just care too much about what other people think about them. They want to seem like they got it all figured out, like they got the nicest stuff, like they make a lot of money, like they're genuinely happy. That's why like people only post their good moments on Instagram. People want you to think that their life is perfect, and no one's life is perfect. It may look like it's perfect on Instagram, but no one's going to share the shitty parts of their life on Instagram because why would they want you to see that? They just want you to see the good things. So they're posting their new car and they're posting a picture of them out at the club with designer clothes on, or maybe they're posting pictures because they went to Cabo or to Miami for a weekend vacation. Like that's the only stuff that they're posting. And to me, in my opinion, when I see that, most of the time, I think to myself, that person just wants to seem like their life is great. And I don't know, this might piss some people off, but I feel like when you post that kind of stuff, it just tells me that you care too much about other people's opinions. That's the way I see it. I don't know. That's just me. I see people posting this kind of stuff, like nice cars and like especially like jewelry and designer clothes. I'm like, this person cares way too much about what other people think of them. Like if you could just learn to not give a fuck what other people think about you and prioritize the things that actually matter in life, like your wealth, your health, and your relationships. And when I say wealth, again, I don't mean buying designer shit just to prove you have money. I mean like genuinely building wealth, learning to save, learning to invest, understanding how all that works. That way you can do things for yourself and for your loved ones and actually enjoy your life on earth. That's true wealth to me, being able to do things with the people you care about without having to worry about money. That's what wealth really is, in my opinion. And I think really a lot of people's financial problems stems from them caring too much about what other people think, and they end up wasting their money on things that don't even matter in order to impress people that they really don't even give a fuck about. Like, why are you trying to impress your friend group? Like, if they're really your friends, they're not going to care what kind of car you drive or what kind of clothes you wear or where you went to vacation or what restaurant you ate at. Like, if they're really your friends, like your genuine friends who want what's best for you, they're not going to care about any of that stuff. The only people who care about that kind of stuff are materialistic people, and they're not really your friends if they're only going to be your friend if you do that kind of stuff. Like, it's just a fake world to live in, and I feel like a lot of celebrities probably fall victim to this too. And I get it. Like, who am I to say this about celebrities? They make a shit ton more money than me. Like, they're probably doing a lot better off than me financially, but I don't know. Maybe they're not as happy as me. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I'm not in their head. They're not in mine. I just feel like a lot of celebrities fall victim to this and they buy stuff just to impress other people. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a fulfilling life to me, in my opinion. So I think for your average person, like your normal person working a 9 to 5, just cut out buying all the new stuff, man. You don't need a new phone every year. You don't need the nicest car. You don't need designer clothes. You don't have to go out every weekend. You don't need this stuff. You got to prioritize the things that matter and learn to make your money work for you, and your life will genuinely get better, and you'll learn to truly enjoy life and find enjoyment in the things that actually matter rather than materialistic things like clothes and cars. So if I could give any advice to someone who's still listening to this, just don't buy new stuff. Like, you don't need it. I get a new phone every like 4 or 5 years. My computer's like 4 or 5 years old. Like, don't waste your money on stuff that doesn't matter. Only spend your money on things that are going to provide genuine value to your life. And I can tell you right now that an extremely expensive car, an apartment that's way too expensive for you, designer clothes, expensive steakhouses and overpriced cocktails. Like, none of that stuff is really going to provide you genuine value. It's just a temporary relief. That's all it is. It's temporary pleasure. It's not a long lasting pleasure. Spend your money on things that matter, like spending time with the ones you love, or on a gym membership that's going to help you improve your health, or something that's going to help you start a business to earn more money. Like, those are the things you want to spend your money on. Don't waste it on stuff that doesn't matter. That's all. So I appreciate you guys clocking in with me today. I just kind of wanted to talk about some of the things that people waste their money on, and why I think it's a waste of money, and some of the things that I think people should prioritize, especially just your average person like me. Like, I'm just a dude in my mid-20s, like working a 9 to 5. I'm just a normal guy, and I think it's a perspective that if someone doesn't have it and they start to have this perspective on money, I think their life will get better. Because when I started to think about things this way, my life improved. So why not share it with others if it helps them, So if you're new here, I post every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and also on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I talk about all different kinds of things, primarily like personal finance and investing, but also just personal experiences and things that I feel like people can relate to. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.